Hello everyone, this is Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team. What I thought I'd do today is to give you some feedback now that we've reached the end of the very first season that the Johnson iRacing team has been working in iRacing. We've been able to move up from having 2 team members having 3. That would be me, my son Jake, and my brother Joe started iRacing. Now he only started iRacing about 3 weeks ago, but I thought I would give you a little bit of an update on how we've done in terms of the series that we're racing in. So we'll start with my brother Joe. He started racing here, as you can see, on August 16th, 2020. We're going to skip over his iRating and really go down and look at his finishes here. So you'll see he raced 27 times. He had 1 win, 9 top 5s, 2 poles. Average start and finish in the middle of the pack. Big thing here is that his top 5 percentage is about 33%. So about 1 time in every 3, Joe's going to finish up top. Okay, if we go look and see how he did in the overall Fanatec Street Stock Series in 3 weeks, he managed to work his way up to 4,155th place out of 28,000 or so drivers that raced at least one points-paying race in the Fanatec Street Stock Series. Certainly was not the worst person to have raced 3 weeks and finished ahead of several people that raced more than 3 weeks. So I think Joe seems to be doing really well. He's got his safety rating up to 3.03. And all he really needs is some seat time before he's going to be able to run up front and start making some noise in not only the Street Stock Series, but hopefully also in the Advanced Legends Series, which will start on Monday, September 7th. So it will start Labor Day about 6 p.m. Denver time. We're going to take a look at my son Jake's profile. Jake started racing iRacing on July 6th, 2020. So he's been racing now 2 months. He's run 102 races. He's got 14 wins, 33 top 5s here, as you can see. 18 poles, average start and finish again, middle of the pack. Wins about 13% of the time. That works out to 1 out of every 6.5 races or so. His top 5 percentage also about 32%. I think the thing that's interesting here when you look at what Jake's done is he managed to finish up 411th out of about 28,000 drivers that made at least one start. And he did that with only 7 weeks being counted. So 7 of the possible 9 weeks. The way this works is they take your best 9 performances in a 12-week season. They add those up. So Jake managed to finish 411th out of 28,034. On making only starting at 7 weeks. He seems to be doing really well. I think he also is going to be forced to be reckoned with. His hands are quicker than mine and his eyes are quicker than mine. Jake also participated in the season-long time trial event. And in the time trial event, you can see there were 3,019 people who attempted the time trial event. Jake only attempted 2 weeks out of the possible 9 that could count, still finished in the top 100. So Jake was really good at finding a consistent way to get around the racetrack and doing it in a way that made for some really quick laps. I raced more than anybody else, and so of course that would make sense that I would race more than anybody else. We're going to go take a look at my profile here and take a look at some of my stats. Certainly, since I started earlier, I'm going to have finished higher in most of these racing categories than Jake or Joe will have, and that's okay. That's kind of what you'd expect because I've got more experience, more seat time, if you will, and the more seat time you have, the faster you're going to be. So let's go take a look at how that's going. I started 284 races at 28 wins, 102 top 5s. I've sat on the pole 33 times. Again, average start about mid-pack. But the big thing here is the winning percentage is about 9.85%, not quite 1 out of every 10. And the top 5 percentage a little higher, about 35, almost 36%. So really finishing the top 5, almost 2 in every 5 races. So let's go look and see how I did in some of the series standings here. We'll start out with the Fanatec Street Stock Series. I finished up 64th out of 28,034. I did get the full 9 races in, so I'll be here on page number 3. And the big thing here is there's some other guys that did better than I did. There's no doubt about it. A lot of guys that did worse than I did. The big thing here for me is I made 141 starts. Only had 8 wins in the Street Stock Series. And to be honest, I really struggled with the big track with Charlotte. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was a lot of fun. I hated the fact that you're always racing in that pack. I probably wouldn't make a good NASCAR driver because I just don't like drafting nonstop. The Advanced Legend Cup was the series for me. That was the series that I liked the best. I won my division in the Advanced Legends Cup. I was in Division 7. I ended up winning that division by about 50, or not quite 50 points over Paul Fly. I had 147 starts there, had 20 wins. Big thing here is 71 top fives. In the Advanced Legend Cup, I finished in the top 5 about half the time. Now, the way the Legends Cup works is they break you down into divisions. Division 7 had 1,049 drivers. I finished first in that division. But if we want to see how I did overall, we're going to go over here. We're going to take a look at the overall standings. Overall, I finished 71st. So 71st out of 21,515. Still a pretty good season. And I'm pretty happy with that. So here I am. I finished down here in 71st. In green here is my buddy Amir. Amir's a great driver. So I had a lot of fun racing with these guys. The other things that I did here is I ended up participating in the season time trial event. In the season time trial event, I won my division by over 300 points. Now that's mostly because I just turned in more weeks than most people. I time trialed every week, and I really like the time trial because I find that I really work on a good, stable, consistent line when I time trial. And what that does is it helps me figure out where my marks are, where am I turning in, where am I rolling into the throttle, where am I getting onto the brake, where am I getting off the brake, how am I getting through that corner. And it helps me be really, really consistent. So I like to time trial. It gives you race conditions, but it gives you a clear track. And that really helps out. So I won my division in time trialing here. I was in Division 4. And if we look at the overall time trial, we'll go ahead here and go to the overall. I actually won the overall time trial as well in the Advanced Legends Cup, where I won it by about 27 points over Joshua Varga. Josh Varga was a fast racer, but I just didn't quite. He just didn't quite have enough to get me. So I ended up doing really well there, and I did also race in the season time trial in the Fanatec Street Stock Series, and in the Street Stock Series I finished 3rd for the season. In the overall time trial, Scotty Mann finished 1st, Lewis Seaman was 2nd, I was 3rd, this guy named Matthew Curry's 4th, Scott Bush 5th. All these really fast racers. So I was in pretty good company here, finishing 3rd out of about 3,000 people that participated in the season time trial. We had a pretty good season. I think the Johnson iRacing team, for our first ever attempt at iRacing, and really only one of us achieving a full season's worth of racing, I think we did very well. I expect that my brother Joe is going to get to be quite a little bit better, and that Jake, if school doesn't get in the way of his ability to go iRacing, that Jake's also going to run closer to the front and maybe really start to make some noise in either one of these series. If you're interested in joining the Johnson iRacing team, you can send me an email, or you can contact me via direct message on Facebook. If you're following our videos from our Facebook page, please just send me a DM. We won't approve just anybody. I have to tell you, we have a set of standards that we kind of use, and one of the standards is that we have to know you as a person. So if you're just seeing this on the internet and you think, hey, I want to be a part of that team, you can send me a DM anyway and let us get to know you a little bit. Talk about who you are, what it is that you're trying to accomplish, why you enjoy iRacing, why you enjoy stock car racing in general. We certainly wouldn't say no out of hand, but at the same time, we kind of want to know the people that are going to be a part of the team. So if you're interested, send me an email, send me a direct message on Facebook. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit of an overview of the Johnson iRacing team and our final standings, Season 3 2020 in the Rookie Street Stock Series and in the Advanced Legend Series. For the Johnson iRacing team, this is Aaron Johnson saying, I hope you have a great night. Go out, drive fast, turn left, be safe. See ya.